cheater's agents continue the stakeout as the suspect leaves the townhome she shares with Sonia.
Hello friends, I hope you are very well. I hope you are being safe. Today we have a video with a topic that will be very interesting for many people. When you are having an affair and really don't want to get caught, you need to be really smart with the content on your phone. Many people will say that this is not okay, that cheating is wrong, and that it should not be covered by any means. But let's be honest, if you're the one cheating, I am sure you want the truth out there only when you are ready for it. And let's be clear, we do not encourage or support the fact that you will be cheating on your spouse. However, we understand that private messages, and private conversations are supposed to be between two. And we truly believe that you should be able to decide what you keep in private and what you don't. But what can you actually do when your spouse is already suspicious? What if she or he notices that you always avoid or change the subject? Some people can become very frustrated and start looking even under stones. This actually happened to me. I found someone I dated checking my messages. And what for? How could he break into my privacy? So if you want to keep your secret life the way it is, at least do it the right way. Today we'll tell you how, if you really think it's necessary, how you can hide from your spouse and the world all that incriminating stuff that is in your phone. Just remember that you can always be a guest on the show Cheaters.
Martina stands up to accept the expensive gift and gives her companion a kiss in return.
The following techniques that we will show you here will help you hide whatever you want to hide from your partner. First and always, try to put yourself on her shoes. If she thinks that you are cheating on her, what's the first thing that she will do? Of course, check your cell phone. And if you leave it unlocked, she will only need 5 minutes. So be ready for that moment with all these magical tricks that we will show you here. Just stay until the end of the video so you won't miss any of these tricks. Let's start with WhatsApp. Since it is here that we share everything with those that are close to us. If your partner opens these apps, she or he can search for keywords in the main menu. Then, these keywords or emojis that she or he look for, as well as the contacts with which they have been used, will appear. They can also search within a specific conversation. So here are some keywords and emojis that you might want to delete right now. Or whatever words you can think of. Maybe think about those words that you use with her whenever you two make out. She will definitely look up those words. Archived WhatsApp. And do not forget to erase your archived chats. You can find them at the bottom of the main menu, below all the conversations. There it is, where she may discover your nasty messages. Review the media files, photos, videos, and audio. You will need to enter the gallery and then go to the WhatsApp folder. There you will find another folder called Media, where you can see images, videos, or whatever you want. And you will be able to see every file that has been sent and received. Be sure to delete or transfer whichever ones you don't want her to see. Exported WhatsApp chats. In case you just can't part with that heated chat from the girl you met at the bar last weekend, you can also export it before deleting the evidence. Just do what is shown on the screen and select the chat that you want to send yourself to another device. Just remember to delete the message that shows how you sent the chat to yourself. So remember selecting Delete for Me over the message. Later on your favorite couch, you can calmly review every sexy emoji. Calls are video calls. Have in mind that WhatsApp also keeps a record of calls or video calls that have been made between you and your contacts. You only have to select the call option and there you'll see with whom you talk frequently. So believe me, you don't want her to find that. So you might think that you are prepared to show her your messages and how there are no incriminating chats. But she might be cleverer than you think. WhatsApp Web. Always put yourself in her shoes and have in mind that if you leave your cell phone unlocked for a moment and she happens to be on her computer nearby, she can go into WhatsApp web and open your cell phone's session. If this happens, your session will continue to be open every time your cell phone is nearby. You are notified by message, but she or he can turn off WhatsApp notifications, so you won't notice. Think that all your WhatsApp content can now be seen from her computer. So don't let this happen, otherwise you might be screwed. Facebook. This is another app where we share a lot of ourselves and a lot with others. To verify how much of your affair is public and can be seen by anyone, do this. Go into your honey's profile, then copy his or her Facebook link. Do the same with yours and copy this link without the quotation marks. Then, just change the names with those of you and your mistress. With this method, you will be able to see everything that you have shared with each other. Comments and all those likes and loves that you have given each other on your sexy photos, while your spouse uploads pictures of your fatty triplets. If your partner gets into your Facebook account, she can request a copy of all your Facebook data. In these cases, the main target are usually the messages. So don't you forget to download and delete all your Facebook data if you do not want to be found guilty of cheating. Once on Facebook, remember to review your recent search history. This is something that your spouse will definitely check. Nowadays, we all know that if you look up someone's profile, like your ex's, it doesn't even matter whether you are Facebook friends or not. Messages can be exchanged. In certain cases, you could have even erased all your exes from all your networks to avoid relationship issues. But if you still want to contact them, there is still a way. You can be a part of a Facebook group of which the only two members are the two of you. No one else will be able to see your post there. It is certainly a discreet option. Is your partner one of those people that really loves to upload photos with you in all networks? And what's worse, is she or he one of those people that expects the same from you? Well, do not worry. We have the solution. As you might know, you can specify that these publications don't reach your fans. So you look good with your spouse or partner, and your loyal fan group thinks that you are still single. So don't be ashamed or annoyed of all those so much love posts, since now you can customize them to be visible only for her. Maybe just add some close friends to be able to see the post, so it is not so obvious. It is also very important that you remember to clear your cookies, because if he or she suspects that you have another Facebook account, when she closes your session, she can certainly find it. Messenger. In the Messenger app, you can actually see if there has been a call or a video call in the history registry in any chat. So if she gets a hold of your phone and goes into your Messenger app, she can see that. She can also search for keywords in the main menu. So now, think of all those cleavage friends that have shared sexy photos with you and start erasing. Instagram. Through this social network, it is also very common to find out if your partner is cheating. So go ahead and check your messages, both in the main section and in the general section. Make sure there is no evidence that can be found there. Also, because many people now have several accounts for flirting or stalking, you have to make sure that your other Instagram profile is nowhere to be found. Snapchat. This is an application that has become very popular because its publications are deleted after 24 hours. So it is possible that in this app, there is not much that she or he can find. Still, review and clean your private messages because they do stay even after 24 hours. Telegram. Maybe you are one of those people that tells your boyfriend or girlfriend at what time you are going to bed, but the truth is that you are just way too busy messaging that other girl. If this is your case, Be prepared because your girlfriend will certainly look at your last WhatsApp connection to see if it matches what you said. So what can you do? Remember that there are other apps where you have secret chats, calls, and messages. If she doesn't use Telegram, for example, everything should be fine. Duplicate app. Today, there are tons of smartphones that luckily allow us to clone an app, to have multiple open accounts, such as from Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, or others. These applications can also clone an app and even hide it or camouflage it with another icon so that no one can easily see it. Parallel space, dual space, clone app, do multiple accounts, and clone app Pro are apps that allow you to clone apps when the phone does not have this as a default function. So take advantage of them. This way, if your partner happens to grab your phone unlocked, there is no way she will find anything on that profile, and you will be free of guilt. Contacts. In the Contacts applications, all the calls that you have made or received can be seen. So go ahead and check if there's any that has lasted a long time or that could make your boy or girl suspicious. Also, have in mind that if you select a contact, all the calls you have had with that person and the duration, including time and date, will appear. So if you have some contacts named something like Busty Cindy or Pretty Ass, you will certainly get busted. Also, if you're into sugar mummies, remember that we all know by now that their generation kind of prefers talking over the phone than using WhatsApp. SMS text. In the message search engine, you should type keywords such as Tinder or Grindr, because as you might remember, these apps may have sent you an OTP verification code when you first created your profile. Surely when he or she is with you, you can hide those apps. But if she sees that message, you are so lost. Even look for words like hotel, because these type of services also send messages to cell phone numbers when you forget something there. And you don't want anyone finding out that night when you supposedly stayed at your bestie's because you were too drunk to drive, you were really in a hotel room with the office bimbo. It is also important that you look for keywords such as love, baby, kisses, among more similar words, to make sure that you are not keeping incriminating messages. Amazon. If you have ever bought your other lover a gift on Amazon and thought that no one will ever find, guess what? It is recorded on your order history. And even a worse situation. If you had it delivered to her house, go ahead and delete that address and the whole registry right now. Even though it's not so probable that your spouse will check your Amazon app, you never know. Besides, you don't want to be so cynical. Delivery apps. If you no longer eat alone at work, it is possible that you order food wraps for two on a daily basis. Check that the orders you may have made lately do not specify that they are meant for two. If they do specify, try to erase the whole registry, or just keep in mind that you can always excuse yourself with the "there was a 2-for-1 offer." Transportation apps. Check the trips that you have been taking lately, because your spouse will certainly do that. If it turns out that you go out and that after the bar you always have a trip to a certain address, you know where, you should definitely delete those trips. Notes apps. On many occasions, spouses catch cheaters red-handed because they have a very obvious phone contact. But what if I told you that you don't have to keep that handsome guy's number on your contacts? You can just keep it on the notes. Therefore, no one but you will know about it. Dating apps. I'm sure you know these apps. Tinder, Grindr, Happn, Badoo, Bumble, Lovoo, and even TeenDog, which is an app that links people through pets. So at last, that horrible spider your girlfriend gave you on your last birthday can actually be useful when meeting new gals. You might have even tried Omegle or other live video apps to meet people. Just remember that if you do have these apps, Your spouse can easily find them. So do not have anything easily available. And if anything comes out, remember that you can always say that you use them to make new friends. It's 2020 after all. This is how people make friends now. Places where you have been. Google makes a record of the places we have been, unless we disable it. This can be checked through the Play Store. It will show you all the places that you have visited, and if there is one that happens to be very recurring, your spouse will definitely be suspicious. But before you have to pretend that that address belongs to the shelter where you do charity work, disable that function forever. Speaking of places, there are apps you can use to change your location. Don't forget about them. Has it ever happened to you that your wife almost didn't believe you when you said that you were staying late at the office? Imagine her driving to your office just to be sure. This is why you need to be able to fake your location. Luckily for you, apps like GPS Modifier, GPS Fake, and others with similar names let you change your location to whatever you want it to be. So next time she asks you for your location, you can even send her a map that will look like the real thing. Apps with a fake icon. Many apps can pretend to be something they are not. You can make an adult-only content app or a dating app look like a dictionary app or as a manga app. These apps are called icon changer and similar names. Make sure to check them out. Google Drive, Mega, and cloud services. We no longer need a computer to keep out of our phone intimate files or the nudes we receive. Just be careful, because if you do have some of these apps to store files in the cloud, your spouse might want to see what's in them. In case of an emergency, you can even upload those nudes to WeTransfer.com and delete it right away from your device or cloud. Just be sure to hide the link and download it later. User profiles or second space. This will totally allow you to have 2 or more users on your cell phone. This way, when your spouse is away, you can use a different profile with different apps, and where the background photo is your hot girlfriend on that tiny bikini you love. And all of this on the same phone. These second profiles are certainly very useful to hide conversations, photos, or things that you may not want your partner to see. Hide apps. Usually, this is possible by touching the application for a few seconds. The option to hide it should appear. In iOS, you have to bury the application within many folders. Create a folder, within this another, and so on. Do not forget to do this with all those apps that can be evidence of your polygamic tastes. Photo gallery and hidden photos. Android actually allows you to hide images. There are also specialized apps like Keep Safe, Gallery Vault, App Lock, Private Me, and Google Photos that also allow you to hide pictures. Be sure to check them out. Web history. You may not have social media apps like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or others installed on your phone, but you know you sometimes use them on their websites. If your wife or husband grabs your phone unlocked, she might check your browser. So to avoid her or him looking at your social network's messages and likes, always remember to close your session. And do not ever click on the Remember Me option. You will have to sign in every time, but that's definitely better than getting caught. If you also want to avoid leaving any record of those sites that you visit sometimes and that are exclusively for adults, you know exactly which ones I'm talking about. Remember to always delete your web browsing history right after you visit them. Another useful tip is to use and stick to the browser's private mode for that kind of use. These are only some techniques that some people use to keep their privacy intact and hide some stuff from their partners. Because who wants to be caught red-handed? Thank God that is not you. As we already said, this video is only for you to know the methods that some people use to protect their privacy. Take care, and remember, this video was only informative. Don't forget to subscribe and click on the bell button so you